If you guys change your cutting system every time you watch a different YouTube haircut tutorial, you need to stop. This is going to be the last haircutting system you're ever gonna need to learn, guys. I use this system on every single hair texture, every single haircut, and we're not gonna waste any time and get right into it. The first things first, the bald line has to be put in with the clipper closed. Obviously, you can go in with the trimmer, and most YouTubers are gonna teach you put the bald line in with the trimmer so you can have a nice, clean, precise line. But that's just not necessary, guys. The bald line going in with the trimmer is a much harder line to put in, and it's gonna be a lot more difficult to fade out at the end. So trust me when I say, putting in the bald line with the clipper closed is gonna save you a lot of time down the road. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome, guys. My name is Tito, and I make well over 6 figures in the barber industry without doing anything fancy, guys. All I do is cut hair, and I record it to teach you how to do the same. Now, the way that I was able to accomplish that was through simple haircutting systems, and here's the next step of that system, guys. I'm taking the half guard, and I want to give myself a good amount of space to blend out. I like this step to be at the very least a finger's width, sometimes up to an inch, just depending on how much spread I want on the haircut. Now, whether you guys are doing a low fade, a high fade, or even a taper, the placement of your lines is going to be different, but overall the steps and the blending process is going to be the same. So look, you can see we're coming to the end of setting that secondary guideline. Now what we're going to want to do is start removing some bulk so we can start fading into the top. Now, so now you can see we're going to be using the 1.5 guard. Okay, we already used the half guard. We're not going to use the 1. We're going to go straight to the 1.5. But notice the hand motions, guys. Like I'm keeping it tight at the bottom, and I'm floating my way up and off the scalp. Also, another thing that a lot of YouTubers teach you is that scooping and doing the scooping motion is important, but it is absolutely not the case, guys. I like to keep a straight up and down motion. You know, like I'll keep the clipper tight to the head, and I will float my way up and off the head. So it's almost like the teeth of the clipper is always going to be going upwards towards the ceiling. Now, the reason why I want to do this is because it's going to allow me, number one, to be able to skip over different guard lengths, right? To do this whole motion, I could use the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, but I'm deciding to go straight to the 1.5 guard and float it up and off the head. This is going to create layering. This is going to help you control the shape, and it's going to continue to fade away that line that we put in with the half guard. So start open with the 1.5, and then I want you to follow up again with the 1.5 guard closed. Now, how crazy is it, guys, that like the blend already almost looks like it's put together? You see, this is the efficiency part that I'm talking about, how we have only picked up 2 guards so far, and we really haven't, it hasn't been that difficult. The blend really kind of puts itself together. So check this out. What we're gonna do now, guys, I'm gonna return to that first guard that I used. So we're still only on a 2 guard system. Remember that first secondary guideline that we put in there with the half guard closed? Well, we're gonna slowly fade our way down into it now. Now hear me out. The reason why the 1.5 guard was able to blend smoothly all the way up into the top is because we kept a straight up and down motion. And for that same exact reason, that's why that half guard is gonna blend perfectly well into the 1.5 as well. Okay, we're gonna start with the lever open and just very slowly just start using our straight up and down motion, pressure at the bottom, floating our way straight up and letting it feather into the 1.5 length. Once you catch everything that you can with the half guard open, then you're gonna go ahead and close that guard and start knocking out. You know, just be a little bit lower. You know what I'm saying? Just work your way a little bit lower to continue fading out that dark spot. Can you guys see there how in the back part of his head, how like that little area of hair is a little darker? That's really interesting how that happens because the hair just grows fuller and a lot thicker in the back. But no need to worry, guys. We're gonna be able to customize how we want this blend to look now because we're gonna be attacking that very bottom line. So remember, we started off here with the clipper all the way closed. Now, if you choose to start with the clipper all the way closed at the bottom, break through that line, and slowly as you work your way higher and higher, open the lever more and more, you can definitely do that. And in the majority of my other videos, I've done that. But in today's video, I actually started with it open. It's always safer if you start with the clipper open and then work your way a little bit lower and lower and lower. You know, a lot of us have fears of bringing the fade too high. And I just wanted to show you guys, if you start with the clipper all the way open, you really can have 100% control over what this blend area looks like. So just keep in mind, guys, you know, we are slowly shaving away the darkness. At this point, you're really just playing with colors. You want to make sure that the color and the gradients all flows really well together, and just fade all these different lengths together, man. Just remember, the higher that you are in the fade, the more open you want your lever to be. The lower you are in the fade, the more closed you want the lever to be. So now, guys, you can see we're gonna be moving on to the back of the head. And what I'm gonna do in this case, I'm gonna start with the lever all the way open. I'll be grazing over all these darker areas, slowly shaving away that darkness. I wanna slowly work on that gradients to bring it back down to the clipper closed, like how we did at the very beginning. Now, if you choose to start at the clipper closed and fade your way up from here, you can do that. Take that clipper closed and break through that bottom line, and then open it one notch and bring it a little higher, and open another notch and bring it a little higher, and another notch and another notch. Or if you choose to do how I am in this video, start with it open at the very top. Bring it down incrementally just a little bit, close the notch. Close the notch, bring it a little lower. Close the notch, bring it a little lower. So that's what the difference is in between fading up and fading down. Whatever you're more comfortable with, I encourage you to try both. But I do believe that, you know, doing this fading down method is one of the ways that you can control the fade a little easier without bringing it up too high. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about that. What method do you prefer? So now guys, we're just gonna be refining it a little bit more. I'm still not using any new guards. I'm just gonna be further refining the blend with that same half guard that we made our secondary guideline with. So this is just a matter of detailing. Like I said, it does take a little bit more work sometimes, a little more effort to blend properly in the back of the head because of how close those hairs grow together. But we're just gonna detail a little bit more here with this half guard, and then I'm gonna show you right here the quickest blending method for a sideburn. If I float my way over this beard and slowly start working my way up into the head, that is one of the easiest ways to go ahead and create that blend. It's really a matter of like freehanding. I'm almost sculpting the beard first. So you were able to see that come together pretty quick on this side, but let's go ahead and bring it to the other side. Start with it open, chip away at some of those longer hairs, and slowly you're chipping your way closer to where the clipper is flush and tight on the sideburn. Then you can do some lever play and close the lever as you get higher and higher to blend it into the fade. Now here, this is why it was so important for us to start with the clipper all the way closed on this fade, guys. You can see how easily now this trimmer is just gonna be floating right up to and through that initial bald line. Look at how easy that was, guys. Literally, like when you leave all this bulk at the very bottom, this is the reason why barbers leave the bulk at the very bottom. I know that some people say, and their opinion is that it looks sloppy or barbers are being lazy. That just doesn't make sense to me. Personally, this is a method that helps me keep my eyes concentrated on that band of the blend, right? I could just keep my eyes focused on that blend, and once the blend is done to my liking, and I feel like it's already, the gradients is there, then I can just concentrate on balding out, blasting away that hair area at the very bottom. So let me know if this is something that you can relate to, guys. Do you like balding out at the very last, or do you like balding out at the very beginning? Let me know what your preference is. I've definitely done both. I've been cutting hair for quite some time by now, but I personally have found that balding out last helps me just put a little more effort, a little more focus on my blend. Now my client did ask for the foil shaver, but he doesn't like the foil shaver to go over his ear. He really only likes it fully balded out in his taper areas. So notice here, you can go downwards with the grain to kind of soften and prepare that bottom area to be fully balded out. Because you can see here, look, I'm balding it out going against the grain, but to better blend it in, I can softly go down with the grain as well. A lot of people don't know that this is a blending method with the foil shaver. So let me know if this is ever something that you have come across before, or if you think this is something that could help you. Because I know I definitely used to have that problem where I would do a nice fade, and at the end I would come and ruin it with the foil shaver, and it always used to upset me so much, man. But ever since I discovered that you can go down with the grain on the foil shaver, that's helped me so much. So now, guys, also you were able to see there me sliding the blade into the Tomb 45 Turkish razor, and I'm definitely gonna have this tagged in the tag products below if you're in the market for a Turkish razor, man. Because in my opinion, the slim profile on this blade holder, it just helps me work with a higher level of precision. Sometimes, maybe you've noticed this, maybe you could relate with the straight razors that you guys are using. If it's a little too bulky, maybe the cartridge, right, it needs space for the cartridge to slide in and out. If it's a little too wide, sometimes it's hard for you to really see the work that you're doing. But with a Turkish razor, I mean, the thing is so skinny and so slim, I could see 100% of the head as I'm shaving it, man. So let me know if you guys have ever tried a Turkish razor before. Leave your experiences down below. I'm a big fan of it, and I feel like the quality and the weight that they have in this one, since it is a metal razor, it kind of helps me keep a nice balance too. So it's like precise, because I've tried the cheap ones. You can get some of these for like $5 on Amazon. I think it's called Crispy Lines is the brand, but it's such a cheap, lightweight plastic that Yeah, I felt like it was almost too lightweight. It was almost dangerous to use. So here is the finished product, guys. These are the pictures and videos of the finished product. Leave a comment down below if you were able to learn something new from today's video. And if you guys are in the market for the tools that we were using in today's video, don't forget to check the tagged products below. I appreciate you guys watching, man, and I will see you in the next video.